Welcome to the Hearing Preparation and At the Hearing module, presented by the Surrogate Decision-Making Committee, or SDMC. Topics discussed during this module include preparing for the hearing, what occurs at the hearing, and sample questions to ask the patient about capacity, surrogacy, and best interest. Preparing for the hearing will be discussed first. As a volunteer panel member, you will receive the case packet either by mail or by secure email if the case is expedited. The notice of the hearing is usually found on the top page of the case packet. This includes the address of the hearing with the date and time it is scheduled. There is also a telephone contact number included on the notice for you to call to report any delay on the day of the hearing. It is not necessary for volunteer panel members to print out the case packet. Most cases may be over 40 pages. The volunteer panel members can review the case online, and then the regional coordinator will bring hard copies to the hearing. At the conclusion of the hearing, the SDMC representative will collect the copies for secure shredding to protect the individual's private health and identifying information. Before the hearing, the volunteer panel members should review the case packet, which includes information about the procedure under consideration, the providers, and any supplemental medical information, as well as the physician's medical certification for information about the procedure, risks, benefits, and alternatives in the capacity evaluation. SDMC recommends that volunteer panel members take notes and formulate questions based on the information received in the case packet. The volunteer panel members must ensure that there are no conflicts with the agency providing services to the individual due to employment or a financial connection with the agency. Avoid ex parte communication by not discussing the case with anyone prior to the start of the hearing. Contact only the SDMC nurse if you have questions or would like clarification on anything in the case packet. After preparing for the hearing, volunteer panel members attend the hearing. Under certain circumstances, volunteer panel members may participate remotely by telephone. Hearing participants that must attend the hearing include the patient, the 4 volunteer panel members, providers that can provide information about capacity, surrogacy, and best interest, and mental hygiene legal services, or MHLS. SDMC requires the individual to attend the hearing. If the individual is medically unable to attend, at least one of the volunteer panel members will visit the person, for example in the hospital, and then report their impressions of the individual's capacity at the hearing. The hearing is arranged whenever the patient is comfortable. Others that receive the notice of the hearing include the declarant, the nurse, residential providers, Medicaid service coordinator, and any correspondents and interested parties. The regional SDMC coordinator is the SDMC representative at the hearing. SDMC is quasi-judicial, not a formal court process. All participants providing testimony are sworn in, and testimony is obtained for the record. SDMC allows hearsay in decision-making. For example, a provider may share what a particular doctor stated at a medical appointment. SDMC recognizes due process rights. This includes the notice of hearing with an opportunity for all interested parties to be heard. MHLS is the attorney for the patient. There is a duty of loyalty in this attorney-client relationship. MHLS represents and advocates for the patient's interests and does not represent the SDMC program. All legal or procedural questions should be addressed to SDMC. SDMC creates a record of the hearing in a variety of ways. The hearing is audio recorded, and any documentary information considered by the panel is maintained as part of the record to support the decision made by the volunteer panel members. Everyone present at the hearing must sign in. The panel chairperson, one of the 4 volunteer panel members, reads an opening statement to begin the hearing and introduces the case. All parties present during the hearing identify themselves for the record. Testimony on the 3 questions occur in the following order: capacity, then surrogacy, and then best interest. The volunteer panel members ask questions to get information on the record. They may not provide testimony, share knowledge or experiences or opinions during the hearing. Volunteer panel members should avoid the appearance of lack of impartiality. Also, avoid researching the procedure and contacting the physician. Deliberations or discussions and voting are not recorded. Before adjourning for deliberation and voting, the panel chairperson will ask if there's any other information the staff would like to share or any further questions. For the closing statement, the hearing is reopened and the audio recording of the hearing resumes. The panel chairperson reads a closing statement to share the decision and inform any dissatisfied parties of the available remedies. A written copy of the decision is shared with all interested parties. One of the 4 volunteer panel members will be designated as the panel chairperson. The panel chairperson acts as the administrator of the hearing. Their role is to open and close the hearing, maintain order and professionalism, closes one issue before moving on, and redirects when necessary. The panel chairperson addresses the 3 questions, capacity, surrogacy, and best interests in this order. He or she must make sure each question is addressed before moving on. The panel chairperson should give everyone an opportunity to speak before the hearing is adjourned. If the provider feels there is information that is helpful and relevant, they have the opportunity to provide this at the hearing prior to deliberations. SDMC has developed sample questions to determine capacity, surrogacy, and best interest. Capacity is something that is presumed. A person lacks the ability to consent or refuse major medical treatment if he or she cannot understand the proposed medical treatment, understand the risks, benefits, and alternatives of the treatment, or make an informed decision about the proposed treatment in a knowing and voluntary manner. Please ensure that capacity questions are initially addressed directly to the individual, regardless of their apparent ability to participate or interact. Sample questions can include: do you know why you're here today? Have you been to the doctor recently? Has the medical procedure been explained to you? What is the treatment and what will it do for you? What are the risks, benefits? Please tell me in your own words what the doctor will do. Additional capacity sample questions can also include: have you ever had an operation? Have you decided to have the procedure or not? Do you believe that you need some kind of treatment? Are you in pain now? What is the treatment likely to do for you? Is there an alternative procedure that the doctor decided or discussed? For individuals who lack expressive verbal skills and/or have significant intellectual disabilities and are unable to respond directly to questions, capacity may be evaluated through a review of general competency for other decisions with the questions addressed to the declarant, providers, and correspondents. A surrogate is someone who is available and willing to make the medical treatment decision. This can include a parent, spouse, healthcare agent, legal guardian, adult child, adult sibling or family member, or court-appointed guardian. Surrogacy questions are generally directed to providers and staff. Information about the individual's possible surrogates is found in the case packet. Sample questions can include: does the patient have a legally authorized, willing, and available surrogate to make the decision? Does the person have a parent that is available to make the medical decision? Has this person ever been married or had any children? Is there a legal guardian with authority to make medical decisions? Has this person ever executed a healthcare proxy? Additional surrogacy sample questions can also include: if this is the first time the individual has been before SDMC, who previously provided consent? Does this person have regular visitors? If so, who are they, and when did they visit last? What efforts have been made to contact such people? Were the notice of hearing and declaration sent to all known authorized persons and correspondents? Volunteer panel members are making a best interest decision for the individual with all of the considerations of the person's individual factors and unique needs. The patient's opinion regarding the proposed major medical treatment is to be given full consideration by the volunteer panel members and balanced against the best interest needs of the patient, as well as his or her ability to understand and appreciate the consequences of his or her preferences. Best interest sample questions can include: what are the risks? What are the burdens of treatment, pain, and suffering? What are the benefits of the treatment? Will the proposed treatment merely prolong the patient's suffering and not provide any benefits? What is the expected degree, duration, and constancy of pain with and without treatment? Additional best interest sample questions can include: what is the likely prognosis with and without treatment? What is the expected level of functioning with and without treatment? What are other treatment options, including non-treatment? How is the patient's overall health? How will the patient handle preoperative preparations? What type of aftercare plan will be required? If you have any questions about the SDMC process, please call 518-549-0328 or email sdmc@justicecenter.ny.gov. The Justice Center maintains a distinct toll-free information and referral, or INR line, which is 1-800-624-4143, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Staff responds to calls and email inquiries regarding disability issues, including disability rights, legal assistance, housing, employment, assistive technology or AT, healthcare, and any other disability-related questions. Specifically, staff connects individuals with information, provides technical assistance and/or referrals to programs or services, and solves problems for individuals with disabilities, parents and guardians, advocates, employers, and providers. For information about the Justice Center, please visit the website at www.justicecenter.ny.gov.